everyone. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, only because I was editing the video that I filmed last and I got really tired of how serious it was, so I kind of just wanted to do something that's more fun and lighthearted. Today I'm going to be following a James Charles makeup tutorial because he's getting back his reputation now because he keeps on tweeting about Minecraft, which I really appreciate. It's one of the best games ever. I'm going to be following his tutorial called Brows, Eyelashes, and Winged Eyeliner Tutorial for Beginners. I don't know if you've been able to tell so far, but I'm not the most feminine of people, so I know almost nothing about doing makeup. I've done it maybe 3 times in my life. This is going to be interesting.
Hi sisters, James Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel.
The first thing that I'm concerned about is that he seems to be wearing about 8 different types of makeup already that I have no idea what they are, so let's hope he goes over that.
As you can see, I'm starting off today's video with my base already done, so if you'd like to see how to get perfect skin every time you do your makeup, don't forget to check out last video, which is right up here.
Alright dude, I'm about to watch a 31-minute makeup tutorial so that I can get the look that you had in your thumbnail, but it's 11:30 p.m. and I'm not exactly sure I have time for another 27-minute video on how to make my face look like that. I think I'm just gonna see what I can do from here. Alright, so I think he's gonna do just the eyes in this video, so I am gonna start with what I kind of know about makeup, which is that you should put on foundation first. I think I have 2 kinds of foundation here. One of them is more creamy and the other is more powdery, and I don't know the difference. It's actually kind of light. I hope that's okay. I don't know, I'm just so tan. No, I never go outside. When I do tan, everyone knows because I turn orange. That's the main reason I never go outside in the summers, because I would look like I was Trump's granddaughter, and I really don't want him to hit on me if I ever run into him, so cool. I'm looking more and more like a vampire. I hope that's the look that I'm supposed to be going for here. At the beginning, it looked like he had done something light under his cheeks, which I thought was where you're supposed to put the contour, but I don't have a highlighter, so I'm just gonna go with this kind of skin tone-y thing. I haven't opened this. It's an Ulta blush shadow mix. I think I've had it for maybe 3 years, never touched it. I hope this brush will work. I see people using different brushes for different things sometimes, and I'm 100% unsure of when to do that, so. I'm just gonna real quick transform the entire shape of my face using shadow magic. I'm just realizing now that because I'm right-handed, this placement of my camera was probably not the best idea, but you know. I just noticed that he put the shadow on the top of his nose and the light on the outside of his nose. I did the opposite. Okay, well, I'm gonna fix that really quick because I feel like that might be important. All right, let's get into the actual thing. This was just the setup. He started with this. This was entirely just what he started with, and it's taken me like 15 minutes.
Okay sisters, hello. So like I said, I'm starting off with my base already done, and I just went ahead and I did 1 eyebrow and eye completely off camera. Now you're probably looking at this and saying, oh my god sister, we are normal people. None of us want to rock a sunset half-cut crease on an everyday basis, and trust me, I know.
The way he just described it as like a sunset double shade gloss eye, that just scared me. I'm terrified. I don't know how he does this. And every day, I can barely get up with 15 minutes before I need to be at school. I cannot imagine doing this every day.
So my first step in my eye makeup is always my eyebrows. Here in the makeup community, there's a very famous saying about brows, and that is that brows frame your face.
Not to brag, but once when I was in 7th grade, someone told me that my eyebrows were on fleek, so this part's probably gonna be pretty easy for me.
I understand that you guys don't have hours every single day to experiment with makeup though, so I'm gonna show you one super helpful rule / tip and trick that can really help you shape your brows. This super simple brow trick involves 3 lines of reference, and all you're gonna need is your favorite brow pencil.
Oh god, I need a favorite brow pencil. I didn't realize that favorites were involved in this. Do I even have a brow pencil? I have dual-ended eyeliner. I don't know if that counts. Can eyeliner work as a brow pencil? It's more eyeliner. Can you tell that I was an emo in middle school? The few times I did try to do makeup, so much eyeliner. I tried so hard to be emo, but I barely got it. I think I'm gonna have to use eyeliner for my brows. I'm sorry, James. Favorite brow pencil. Eyeliner pencil. Okay.
The first rule of thumb is that the inside of your brow should always align with the outside of your nostril. So if you can see on this side right here, it starts right when I align my brow pencil.
Inside of your brow to the outside of your nostril. Yeah, I feel like I got that. If I squish my entire nostril in, that's fine. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. So my camera just died because this camera is from like 2013 and dies every 10 minutes. I'm also using a tripod that's about 6 inches tall, so. Okay, I have to mark with my brow pencil the side of my brow. Look at that. I love that. That's so, what's it called? Yes, snatched. That is snatched. That supervillain looking double. Yeah, love it.
And finally, for the tail of your brow, if you hold your brow pencil at the corner of your nose and hit it at the corner of your eye, your brow should touch just like that.
Okay. Corner of your nose, hit it at corner of your eye, should touch there. So my brow should end like here. Sorry, James. I'm not gonna tweeze my eyebrows on camera. I'm just gonna pretend they're good.
To start filling them in, I always like to start in the inner corners. I'm gonna hold my pencil vertically to my face and I'm gonna use very light pressure and just lightly place my pencil and just kind of flick it upwards to create natural looking hair strokes.
Basically just poke yourself in the face until it looks good. My brows were already dark, but making them a nice shade of maroon was probably not the best idea. I love the splotched look there. Oh, this looks fantastic. Look at that. I look like I'm about to steal somebody's cat. Oh my gosh.
When purchasing a brow pencil, if possible, of course, you should always get one that has a spoolie at the end. I freaking love these things. They are so helpful while doing brows.
I have a mascara from about 2014 that is dark brown, and I think I'm gonna use that as the spoolie at the end. Lash Blast Fusion from about 2014. I bought it at Walgreens, so you know it's James Charles quality. I love that the brow I haven't touched looks way better.
Get a little bit on with that brush, and then I'm just gonna go right in and start cleaning up that brow very carefully.
So he has a liquid kind of foundation-y thing that he's using to clean up the edge of his brows. And I think we might need to do that step. I'm just gonna use this foundation that I've been using the whole time, except because he asked me to, I'm going to use this brush. It looks kind of like his, though his looks more like a paintbrush. Oh my god, it's actually working. Wig. That looks fine, right? The dark gray sections around my eyebrows. This brow over here gets a special treatment too. Don't think you're able to escape from this, young man. Why are my brows men? No idea.
Once I'm satisfied with the line, I always like to take the excess of that concealer on that same exact brush and put the remainder of it right on my eyelid. And I'm gonna use this concealer today as an eyelid primer.
Okay, he just told me to put that on my eyelid. Pretty much just ruined that brush. I don't think I have another brush, so I think I just have to use this one. I'm just gonna go like that and hope it turns out well. Does that look fine? No? Cool.
I'm gonna dip this into a little bit of my setting powder, tap off the excess.
He said setting powder, and that is kind of like the powder I was confused about earlier. I'm just gonna use the same brush I did earlier, because you know I don't have another brush.
Before we hop into the shadows, I want to quickly talk about makeup brushes because good working tools are an absolute necessity to any successful makeup look.
Oh good, brushes are necessary. I have 3. Let's hope that's enough. And 2 of them you've already seen, so.
For my shadow today, I'm going to be using the 35B palette. I'm first gonna grab my M441, which is the biggest fluffy brush, and dip into the yellow shade in the bottom corner. For this particular look, our yellow is gonna act as our transition shade.
Okay, I don't have a yellow. I have this gold that might work. Here's the brush I'm using. It's nothing like the one that he is, but it's my last brush that I haven't touched today.
Holding the brush at an upward angle, I'm gonna go in right into my crease and start using circular motions to place that shadow right up in there and to blend it out. Next, we're gonna move on to our darker shade, which in this case is going to be our orange. So to do this, I'm gonna grab my M433, which like I was saying is my favorite crease brush, and I'm gonna dip into the bright orange shade. I'm still gonna hold my brush at a slight upward angle, but I'm gonna hold this one a lot more horizontal to my face. It is staying exactly where we want it in the crease, and the outside bristles of the brush are gonna do the job of blending it into that yellow shade without bringing it all the way up to the brow bone.
Okay, he says orange. I don't have orange, and I also don't have another brush. So I'm gonna do this bronze color on this one. Also haven't opened this package. Sorry to the person who gave me this gift. Oh, I could do ASMR. So today, we're gonna be doing the shittiest makeup tutorial on YouTube. And this is makeup opening ASMR. This is also me crying myself to sleep ASMR after I look at how this turns out. Thanks. I'm gonna be real with you. I hate how much he says the word crease in this video. It rubs me the wrong way. It brushes me the wrong way. Oh, that's the worst joke I've ever made. See, I thought this would be a lot easier than it is, because it's a tutorial, and I'm normally good at following directions. But it turns out, when you have none of the right materials and none of the right colors, it's a little bit more difficult.
Once you're happy with that blending, to make sure it's really perfect, I'm gonna go back into my original transition shade brush, dip into a little bit more yellow, tap off any excess, and then go right over the border between the orange and the yellow to make sure that everything is blended together and that the yellow doesn't get lost in all of the blending and brush work.
Okay, I'm going back to the gold. Light circular motions, he says. Light circular motions.
Our next darker shade is gonna be our red. So once again, I'm gonna grab another M433 brush and dip into the red shadow right up in here. When applying this color, I am actually holding the brush almost completely horizontal to my face to make sure that the color gets distributed into exactly the crease and the crease only.
He keeps saying to put everything in the crease. How is any one color gonna show up? I don't have a red. I do have blush. This blush, which I've never touched before. It should work. Oh, that's snazzy. It's completely covering up the bronze that we just did, but it's so sexy.
It takes a lot of practice, a lot of patience, and a lot of time to really master the art of blending, and the best way to do it is to really go in and make sure that every color is blended seamlessly together.
Practice, patience, and time to master the art of blending. I have none of those, so let's just keep going. I'm gonna do it on my other eye. Why does it look like a completely different color than on my first eye? I don't know, but you know what? I'm just gonna roll with it because I'm so tired. It is 12:20 in the morning and I am doing a James Charles makeup tutorial. How does that look? Looks like all one color, right? All of that? One color. I feel like I nailed it.
Next is gonna be our final color, which is dark purple. So for this, I'm gonna grab my M506, which is that tiny little fluffy brush, and dip into the cool tone dark purple shade right up in here. When I go into my darkest shade of eyeshadow, whether it be purple, black, dark blue, or even maroon, I always like to start off in the outer corner because that's where I really want most of the product to be focused. And when I grab the product, I always make sure to not really put a lot on my brush. As you can see, I really just packed it in there and barely anything showed up, but that's what we want.
Okay, next is purple. This might be a little bit predictable, but I don't have purple. Well, I do. I just don't know. I don't have his purple. Thankfully, I was an emo as a child, so I do have this purple here. I'm gonna use this one. It's the cheapest possible eyeshadow palette I could find at the time, so we know it's going to be good. I am out of brushes. I'm going to see if I can find a tiny brush, or maybe just a Q-tip. I'm gonna use a Q-tip. You don't need to spend a lot of money on brushes. You can just buy 300 Q-tips from the store and use that. This is what will bring down the makeup industry, is smart people like me learning about makeup and then exposing them all for their silly little business practices. That's like not showing up at all as a color, but or definitely not as pigmented as his color, but this was part of the elf emo pack, so you know what? I think it's supposed to be like a moody plum color. Oh, well, Leah, why did the camera angle slightly change again? Oh, it's because the camera died again. Let's get back into it. I am so tired of putting the batteries back in my camera. I just want to watch James Charles put on some makeup. So when the camera died, I was putting on foundation that I completely ruined with the eyeliner brush onto my eye as concealer, I think he calls it. And I just want to say, look at that. You know what this is? This is an impressionism piece. I'm just trying to emulate the wonderful post-impressionists such as Vincent van Gogh and Matisse and all of those wonderful people. That's why it looks so chunky. Because that's really what you want in a makeup look, is it just looking chunky as hell.
Once we're happy with the shape and the concealer is all tacky, I'm gonna quickly grab my M205 brush or just any tiny packing brush and go right back into the shadow, and I'm going to do the eyelid. I'm first gonna grab the white in the top corner and I'm gonna pack this right on the inner corner of the eye. Then with that same exact brush, grabbing the yellow and packing that right next door. Do not necessarily worry about the blending either. By tapping in the colors next to each other, they're gonna kind of blend naturally, and since the concealer is wet, you have to work fast. Then grabbing the orange, then the red, and then finally the purple, connecting it right into that outer V.
Okay, so we're doing all of it here. So we have to go into the orange, bronze. We have to go into the orange. Oh, I love how you can see just like the cloud of blush right there. That's part of the look. Honestly, I think James Charles should take notes. I joke, but in like 10 years, having makeup that looks intentionally shit is gonna be so in fashion with the kids. And I'm gonna have just missed it. And I'm gonna be like 30 and my video will just absolutely pop off. But I'll have some like dumb corporate job by that point and I'll just be wanting to die. And I'll go back and look at my YouTube studio, as I do often these days, and I'll say, oh shit, that one makeup video that I absolutely fucked up, oh, it's popping off, sis. It is popping off. So I just took a brief little 10-15 minute liaison into my room so I could import all of the videos off the SD card onto my computer and then delete them off the camera because my SD card ran out of space. So, it's been a night, but I'm dedicated to my wonderful art of doing makeup perfectly, and I'm gonna get back into it. Last time we left off, I was in the process of getting my metallic color to help my eyes pop. So the next metallic color that we're going to be using is actually one that I have already and I've not opened it. A trend that you have seen in this video already.
Before I do the yellow, I do want to add a little bit of a metallic shade on the inner corner just for a little pop of shimmer, and for this I'm going to use the Tarte Chrome Paint in the shade Top Yacht. I love this one. I'm just going to grab a tiny little brush and I'm going to get it right on there. And the one tip I have for you guys when it comes to metallic shadows is to give your brush a good spritz of Fix Plus or any setting spray.
I'm going to get a little brush for this metallic thing, and he just said to get some setting spray, which I know I have, because when you're cosplaying, you need setting spray, and that's the most embarrassing fact that I've said in this video. All right. I really hope the camera is picking up how much makeup is falling on my cheeks right now. All right, does that pop? Is it good? Is it snatched?
There are many different products in the makeup world that you can use to create a winged liner. Some people like a pencil, I do not. Some people like a gel liner with a brush, I do not. Some people like a liquid liner with like bristles, I sometimes do, but really do not. What I really like to use is a felt tip liner.
I'm a little bit stressed because James Charles just listed out the 3 types of eyeliner I knew existed and own, and said that he doesn't like them. And then he listed one I'd never heard of before and said that that's the one we're gonna be using. All right, so the liner that I'm gonna be using today is this liquid e.l.f. eyeliner, also from about 2014, you know, the best kind of makeup is all at least 5 years old.
When drawing in the bottom line of your wing, you're gonna wanna imagine it as if your waterline continued. So as you can see here, my waterline goes all the way around, goes up, and then my winged eyeliner looks like it's a continuation and it follows that same exact shape. It is a slight angle upwards, which gives my eyes a nice lift.
My eyes eyes are watering. I have very sensitive eyes. This is part of the reason that I never ever wear makeup, is that immediately as I try to put it on, I just start crying. Maybe it's just, oh God, I just messed it up so bad. Okay, so we're drawing an outline here. Oof. Roblox oof noise .mp3. If I could stop blinking every time I tried to put the eyeliner on, that would be great. But you know what? I'm such an interesting person and I can't like control my impulses, which is part of the reason why I'm filming a makeup video at like, what is it now? 1:08 in the morning. Summer started and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get to spend so much time doing YouTube videos. I'm gonna finally like be able to do my channel like I have wanted to all year. And then exams happened and I was like, oh God. Oh no, I just blinked and really fucked it up. It's what I was planning on doing anyway, right? It's just getting a fucking glob right in my crease. And I'm too scared to get it near my waterline, so I'm just gonna, see, I know that word, waterline. I watch Jenna Marbles sometimes, so I know some makeup words. She's the closest thing to a beauty guru YouTuber I've ever watched, which is good because when all the beauty guru drama stuff happened, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, oh, I've heard of James Charles before. I think he's kind of cool, or from what I've seen of him, I thought he was kind of fun. And then everyone was like, oh no, he's awful. And then it turned out that he wasn't, and he was just being like manipulated, but I still don't know what's going on. I think they're all pretty whack, but I'm not gonna make a video on it because it's, oh, look at that. Look what I just did. See, this is why you don't talk about YouTube drama while you're putting on makeup.
Once we're happy with the overall shape of the wing, following the theme of this video, now we get to clean it up. I'm gonna grab my flat top concealer brush once again, a little bit more Shape Tape concealer, and I'm just going to carefully go right below that wing and carve it out.
He's doing the concealer thing again. I know how to do this. Let's get our slightly black concealer. We're gonna go along the edge there, and because this is liquid eyeliner, I'm realizing now that this might just smear completely and make my eyes look so dark. You know, I feel like I expected to take a lot longer before having like almost a complete breakdown on YouTube. Oh, maybe if I make it dark enough, I can just go for that like really tired look, because I had coffee at like 10 p.m. so I'm not tired at all. But if I like just take that purple eyeshadow I was using earlier and just fucking go at it under my eyes, then maybe I'll be able to just try to make an intentional like exhausted, oh my God, I just need more coffee kind of a look. I'm just gonna try to touch up literally every mistake I ever made. I'm just gonna touch up my whole life here. Am I good enough at making relatable comedy yet? I hope so. Please subscribe.
Grabbing a little smudger brush, this is the M213 in the dark purple shade. I'm just gonna press this right up against the waterline. And then making sure to lightly drag out and connect it with that wing, because nothing looks weirder than when you have shadow blended out and there's just like a harsh divide right here. Don't do that.
So I think I'm achieving the look I wanted, which was that I wanted to look like I had either been punched in the face or that I just had been awake for a full 48 hours. How is this kind of looking better than above my eyes? Because that's gonna really make me upset. How does that look? Does it look clutch? Does it look tasty?
Going into the wand, once again, I'm gonna tilt my head back so I have really easy access to my lashes. I'm gonna start by bringing this wand in, starting right at the root of the lash, almost in my upper waterline, and just wiggling it upwards.
So I'm just gonna put on mascara, and luckily, that's one of the few things I know how to do, so let's get into it. I can feel it clumping already, which maybe in like 2005 with Scene Kids and stuff would have been good, but I feel like right now, if I'm trying to go for that hip and cool James Charles look, not really that good. All right, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't just touch my cheek with the lash thing, but here we are. I just put on mascara. I feel like I can see all of my eyelashes suddenly, and it's very uncomfortable. We stan discomfort for beauty. That's the tea, sis. So my camera just died again and my computer is about to, so I'm just gonna go ahead and close up this video. This is the wonderful final look that we have. I know, it's absolutely stunning. If you liked this video, then please let me know in a comment below. It genuinely means so much to me. And if you want me to talk about something or make fun of it in another video, please let me know. I'm trying to find ways to find more like stupid shit that I can make fun of. Also, if you're new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and give a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe and turn on notifications because that really helps me out and I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic day.